ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I welcome everyone to the Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga series. Today we'll be discussing the 16th shloka of the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Yesterday we discussed the 15th shloka. In that, Krishna spoke about three types of worshippers who approach him. So in the first section of this chapter, we saw the glories of the knowledge of bhakti, which is the first three shlokas. In the next seven shlokas, section which begins from 4th shloka to 10th shloka, we saw Krishna's Aishwarya Gnana. Then 15 shlokas talk about different types of worshippers. In the 11th and 12th shlokas, Krishna spoke about mudhas, or ignorant people who deride Krishna. In the 13th and 14th shlokas, Krishna spoke about Mahatmas, or great souls who surrender to Krishna and who serve Krishna under the protection of divine energy. Then in the 15th shloka, which we discussed yesterday, Krishna spoke about three types of worshippers. Who were they? Number one, Ekatvena. Number two, Prithakvena. Number three, Vishwatomukham. Ekatvena means those who worship the Lord in oneness. They consider there's only one God, and they even consider themselves God. They do self-worship. That's called Ahangaropasana. And second category of people, they worship multiple gods, right? They consider there are multiple gods. There is diversity. They worship different devatas for the fulfillment of their desires. We'll discuss about them later. Now, third category, which Krishna spoke in the previous shloka, is Vishwato Mukham, means they are the worshippers of universal form or the universe. Means they consider that all the elements in this universe, all the objects and people and mountains and trees and rivers and sacrifices and phenomena, everything that exists in this world are ultimately God. They think like that. And they worship the universe itself. Of course, they are manifestations of the energies of God, but in that sense, worshipping them and respecting them is great. Definitely, everything that we see around us is a manifestation of Krishna and Krishna's potency, undoubtedly. Thus, worshipping the universe as God is also all right. But problem is, if we don't acknowledge the personal existence of God beyond the universe that we see around us, then our understanding is incomplete. Yes, the universe around us is a manifestation of God's energy, undoubtedly. Yet, God also has a personal and separate existence beyond this material universe. We'll discuss all of it later. But now, today we'll discuss the 16th shloka, and the context is Krishna describes about this third category of worshippers from the 16th to 19th shlokas. As I said, 15th shloka describes three types of worshippers. The third type of worshippers, who are Vishwarupa Upasakas, they are described by Krishna from the 16th shloka till 19th shloka. So this is this section of four shlokas, 16, 17, 18, 19, that describes the qualities of people who worship Krishna in his universal form. They are called Vishwarupa Upasakas. What they do is Vishwarupa Upasana. Vishwarupa is, this universe is Vishwa. Vishwarupa is the form of the Lord, which is conceived to be this universe. Means the universe is conceived to be the form of Krishna, and these people worship that universe or all elements in that universe. They are called Vishwarupa Upasakas. Let's discuss the first shloka in this section, which is the 16th shloka of this chapter. Aham kratur aham yajnah swadhaham aham aushadham mantroham ahamevajyam aham agnir, aham hutam. Once again. Aham kratur, aham yajnah, swadhaham, aham aushadham, mantroham, ahamevajyam, aham agnir, aham hutam. Have you noticed? In this shloka, the word aham comes multiple times. Generally, the word aham is understood to be ego, but here, or in many contexts, aham means I. Who is speaking this? Krishna. Krishna says, I am this, I am that, I am that. Basically, the context of the shloka is Krishna describes that many people in the Vedic culture they perform sacrifices and different rituals of worship. In all these sacrifices and rituals, there are so many ingredients being used, so many mantras being chanted, and so many offerings are being made into the sacrificial fire. Krishna says, I am all of them. Means the process of worship, ritual worship, or Vedic sacrifice is practically non existent without Krishna. Every element of all these rituals and sacrifices is Krishna. That's the context. Because we are discussing about Vishwarupa Upasakas, right? So the worshippers of universal form see Krishna and worship Krishna through all the elements of the sacrifice and worship. Let us see the meaning of the shloka. Aham kratur aham yajnaha. First Krishna says, Aham kratur means I am the ritual. So there are so many rituals, Vedic rituals prescribed in the Vedic scriptures. Krishna says, I am all those rituals. First point. Aham yajnaha. There are so many sacrifices prescribed by the Vedas, and Krishna says, I am all those sacrifices. Aham kratur, aham yajnaha. Third point, Swadhaham. Swadha means in the traditional culture, so many offerings are made to ancestors, forefathers, right? Like when people know that, or when the ancestors or forefathers or elders in the family are departed, after their departure, the descendants of that family offer some worship to those ancestors. Krishna says, "I am that. I am that offering made to the ancestors." That's the third point of this shloka. Then fourth, Aushadham. Aushadham means the herbs or the grains or different other kinds of ingredients used in that all the rituals and worship. Krishna says, I am that. I am Kratu also, I am Yajna also, I am Swadha also, I am Aushadham also. What else is Krishna? Mantro Aham. I am mantra also. In all these rituals and worship, Krishna is the mantras. So many mantras are being chanted, right? In all these kratus and yajnas and swadha and other rituals and sacrifices, Krishna says, I am that mantra. I am the transcendental chant in all these rituals. Mantro aham. Then aham eva ajyam. Eva means certainly. Ajyam means that ghee or clarified butter that you pour into the sacrifice. So that's the sixth point. I am the ajyam and the clarified butter also. Then you put that clarified butter or ghee in what? In fire, Agni. And Krishna says, I am that Agni. Seventh point. Then Hutam means whatever you offer into the sacrifice, all that Hutam is me only. Hutam means all the offerings that you are putting into any ritual or sacrifice or worship. Krishna says, I am that offering. So, eight things he said. All these are referring to different rituals and sacrifices prescribed in the Vedic scriptures. And each of these rituals and sacrifices have multiple Hare Krishna, sorry. Each of these rituals and sacrifices have multiple ingredients and elements and aspects. Krishna says, I'm all of them. So let's recite once again. Aham kratur aham yajnah swadhaham aham aushadham mantroham aham evajyam aham agnir aham hutam. Krishna says, I am kratu, the ritual. I am yajna, the sacrifice. I am swadha, the offering and offering to the ancestors. I am aushadha, I am the healing herb. I am mantra, I am the chants. I am ajyam, I am ghee. And I am agnir, I am fire. And I am all the offerings, hutam. So this is how Krishna is every single element in every single ritual or sacrifice that we perform. Imagine you are baking a cake. To make a cake, you need some sugar, some wheat flour or maida, whatever you use. or milk and some baking pan and many other things are required. Fire is required, some gas stove is required, cylinder is required. So all these are required to make or bake the cake. So even if one ingredient is missing, you cannot make the cake properly. Similarly, Krishna says to perform a sacrifice or a ritual, you need so many ingredients. And ultimately, all these ingredients come from me. I am those ingredients. Without that, you cannot perform any sacrifice. In the beginning of the creation, right on the first day of creation, when Brahma appeared from the lotus that sprouted from the navel of Garbhodakasaya Vishnu, Brahma conducted a sacrifice. And where did Brahma get all the ingredients for the sacrifice? From the body of Vishnu. So the Lord is the source of everything. So just imagine there's a big tree or a big mango tree. There are so many fruits and flowers and leaves and branches and twigs and trunk and so many things. All this come from the tree, right? So similarly, in this, like, just like a mango tree is the source of flowers, fruits, leaves, branches, shade, firewood, everything. Similarly, Krishna is the source of everything that we have in our lives. We are eating food that comes from Krishna. We are drinking water that comes from Krishna, and Krishna is the taste of that water. We are breathing air that comes from Krishna. When we become sick, we take medicines that come from Krishna. Our ability to think, our ability to speak, our ability to work, all are gifts of Krishna. Nothing exists independent of Krishna. Everything is coming from Krishna. Let me give another simple example. Say, there are so many kids here. If a child wants to offer a birthday gift to the father or the mother, what will the child do? Child will accumulate some pocket money, plan, okay, next week is my mother's birthday. I need to purchase a nice gift. Mm. So, or offer a nice bouquet. Immediately, the child takes all this pocket money and goes to the shop and gets some very nice gift, and maybe goes to the garden and collects some flowers and makes a nice bouquet and offers this bouquet and the gift to the mother or to the father. And they become very happy that, oh, our child offered this beautiful gift for me. But just where is the child getting that money to purchase that gift? The child is offering that gift to the mother or the father with love and affection, but the ability to offer that gift, the money that's required to purchase that gift, and the inspiration and that knowledge that we need to offer a gift on someone's birthday, all that is coming from the parents only, isn't it? Similarly, Krishna is our supreme parent. Whatever we do as a part of his worship is coming from him only. We are taking all the things from Krishna and offering all these things back to Krishna in the form of a ritual or worship. That's an expression of gratitude, expression of love. Some people argue that what is the use of making so many offerings of abhishek and flowers and garlands and ornaments to some stationary, static deities standing on the altar? No, those deities have been is installed in the temple. Prana Pratishtha has been done, and they are the manifestations of the Supreme Lord there. And whatever services we do to the deities are an expression of our gratitude, our affection, our love for Him. And whatever we are offering them is coming from Him only. And we are offering some things to them, and we are experiencing many other things also. So, for example, you are eating one bowl of rice, and you are also offering that rice at least a few morsels to the Lord before eating. And that becomes Mahaprasad, and whatever you have cooked becomes Prasad, and you're eating that Prasad as mercy, and you're acknowledging the Lord that, oh Lord, thank you so much for offering me this food. Let me first offer it to you, then accept your Mahaprasad and get some strength in the body so that I can use this body also in your service, because this body also came from you only, right? So Krishna is the heart of uh, every single worship that we do, every single ritual we do, and he is the one who is supplying ingredients for all our worship and rituals, right? So in the ancient times, people used to offer sacrifices, right? Uh, in the previous yugas. So sacrifice, the meaning of the word sacrifice or yajna is an act of offering our gratitude to Krishna. An act which is meant to please Krishna, because he is the giver. He is the one who gives us everything, and we are just replying, we are just returning back to him with out of gratitude. And everything that we are offering him as a part of ritual or sacrifice is coming from him only, right? He's everything. So now Vedic worship or some ritual. So in that ritual, we have mantra, sacred fire, offerings, and different procedures. All these are coming from Krishna only. He is the final receiver of everything that we do. He is the ultimate goal of our worship. Mhm. Everything came from him, everything should go to him. And he will maintain us. And now ancestral offerings are there. For example, Swadha is offering made to ancestors. So some departed relatives are there, and a family offers some, some make some offerings to the departed relatives. So and offer some prayers with faith. All this will ultimately reach Krishna only. He is the one who is helping us to remember with gratitude our ancestors. For example, when we take birth in a family, by default, the name, the fame, the prestige, the influence, and the wealth and the property of all that family and ancestors will come to us. We have inherited all of it. Sometimes you may not even know the name of your grandfather. Sometimes you don't even know. You have not even seen the grandfather when you're taking birth in a family. But the grandfather has done a lot for you, right? The grandfather has, for example, he purchased a great house and his son is living in that house, and you are his son or a daughter and you are living in that house. So by default, even from the moment of your birth only, you are experiencing all the opulence that your grandfather has earned. So it's important to express our gratitude to that grandfather. You may say, oh, I never saw him, I never interacted with him, I never received any affection from him. Why should I offer any worship to him? My grandfather or great grandfather. No, you are experiencing so many things in your life, so many blessings and so many privileges in your life because of their hard work. Therefore, we need to be very obedient, or we need to be very grateful to those ancestors. That's why this Swadha is there. The Shraddha ceremony and other things are there, right? Of course, when you're worshipping the Supreme Lord Krishna, it's like watering the root. Ancestors are automatically pleased. Devatas are automatically pleased. There is a beautiful sloka in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. It says, Devarshi Bhutaptanam Pitrunam Nakinkaram Naivanicharajan. So, as soon as someone takes birth in a human body, that person is automatically obliged to so many forefathers, so many sages, and devatas and many others, because our maintenance is very much dependent on the devatas and forefathers and ancestors in the family and sages who provided so much knowledge to us to survive in this world. So we are indebted to all of them. But Krishna is the root of all of them. If you worship Krishna, they're automatically satisfied, right? So, but if somebody chooses to worship them also, fine. Ultimately, it's going to Krishna. It's a blessing from Krishna, it's reaching Krishna. Krishna is the final receiver. The worship finally reaches him. Krishna establishes this fact later also. He's the sacrificial fire, he is the flame, he's the warmth, he's the light, he's the energy. Everything comes from him, everything goes to him. He's the herbs, medicine also. When you become sick, you take some medicine and that will cure your disease. That medicine comes from Krishna. All these aushadhis, healing herbs came from Krishna. You should be grateful to Krishna. Krishna is everything. Mhm. So we cannot survive in this world without Krishna. Whether we do fire sacrifices or make some offerings or chant some mantras or worship some ancestors or use some herbs, everything is coming from Krishna, and we need to recognize that Krishna is everything. We need to express our gratitude to Krishna. And if you wish to directly worship Krishna instead of doing some indirect worship, that's even better. So when you directly chant, read Bhagavatam, sing Krishna's glories, do some kirtan, do some Shravanam, that's amazing, right? Then the direct worship also Krishna describes in the later shlokas of this chapter. So to summarize, every element of all the Vedic sacrifices and worship ultimately is Krishna. The ingredients are provided by Krishna. The worship also goes to Krishna. Therefore, let us worship Krishna. Let us uh, let us perform devotional service unto Krishna. Tomorrow, we'll continue the discussion of Vishwarupa Upasana, how different elements in this entire universe are ultimately Krishna only. And it's an indirect way of worshipping Krishna by worshipping these elements. But nevertheless, that is also good, where you uh, where you express gratitude to the ancestors and others. But if you directly worship Krishna, that's even better. We'll discuss more from tomorrow. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.